Hey, what's up everybody, this is Tattoo Bard and welcome back to the channel. In today's episode I'm gonna answer your questions, and that's gonna be about stroke length, because a lot of my viewers actually ask if they can do shading with a 4.0mm stroke, if they can pack color with this and do that, and if it's good for lining. So today we're gonna go in depth about stroke lengths and I'm gonna tell you all about it, so stay tuned. Now, what is stroke length? Stroke length is basically, if you look at this machine here, this is from the Ambition Torped. As you can see right now, the cam is pushed all the way back. So it's at its most down position. Now, if you move this up, it's gonna be at the most forward position. And that's what stroke length is. This distance that it allows to travel, that's your stroke length, and in this case that's 4.0. Now often this will get confused with needle depth. Needle depth is something completely different, because if you have the machine here, you can adjust the needle depth by turning the grip around, but it will not affect anything on the stroke length on your cam. So that's a most made misconception. Your needle depth has nothing to do with your stroke length. Now, what stroke lengths are there? There's short strokes, medium strokes, and long strokes. Generally speaking, anything underneath the 3.5mm is going to be your short stroke, and then a 3.5 to 4 will be your medium stroke, and then anything from 4 and up will be your long stroke. Now, before I tell you how stroke lengths can affect your tattooing, if you want to get better at doing black and gray, make sure you subscribe to my channel and look up a video. It's called The Journey. It's going to be in a playlist. The first episode is already on now, where I'm going to be practicing my black and gray and take you guys along with it. So if you want to learn how to do black and gray or get better at black and gray, make sure you subscribe and you follow these videos from The Journey. Now, how will stroke length affect your tattooing? If you have a short stroke, this will be a lot softer, because it doesn't have that much ramp up on the motor. It's really short and is moving a lot faster, because the distance that it has to travel is a lot shorter, so it will be faster, and most of the time it will be more suitable for softer shading. So if you do portraits, if you do very fine and soft black and gray work, this would be your go-to stroke. Also, if you like to do fine line or anything with smaller needle configurations, this would be perfect for this style, because it's not hitting too hard and it will be very efficient for this style. So if you do soft black and gray or fine line, go for a short stroke machine. Your medium stroke will be more of an all-rounder. It will hit a little bit harder, it'll be a little bit slower, and you can use a bigger variety of needle groupings. So if you want to do lining, it would be good for anything from a 5 up to 11 round liner with no problem. You can pack color with it, you can shade with it. So yeah, it's basically like an all-rounder machine, and it's suitable for multiple things. And of course we have the long stroke. Now I have to say from the beginning, a long stroke machine is more for people that already know what they are doing. If you are a beginner, I would not recommend to get a long stroke machine, because they will hit super hard. They are usually made for larger needle groupings, and they will run really slow. So you really have to know what you are doing when you use a long stroke like that. Now, a long stroke like this could be used anywhere from like super bold lining, blackout tattoos, heavy color packing with large needle configurations, or maybe stippling, because you can run it really slow, but it will still have that hard punch to be able to get your ink into the skin, so you can create nice dot work and things like that with it. Now I have to say, if you use a shorter stroke machine, it might be better for super soft black and gray, fine line tattoos like I mentioned before, rather than having a medium stroke machine where you can do shading with as well, but probably not as soft, but it'll be better for lining and color packing and things like that. And then the longer stroke machine, like I mentioned before, is more for specialized things, blackout, heavy color packing, and stippling, but not so much for the soft black and gray and blending. So a conclusion basically to all of this is that a short stroke, so a 3.5 to 4, is more of your all-rounder. It can be used for multiple styles of tattooing and it'll be very friendly to the one who's using it, because it's not very specific or it's not hitting too hard. So it's really an all-rounder for all sorts of styles. So if you're looking to get a machine, I would recommend that you get something with a 3.5 or 4 millimeter stroke, because you have a wide variety of what you can use it for. Now, that being said, a stroke length can be very personal to the artist itself. To me, I always prefer to have a little bit of a longer stroke because I like to do more bold lining and pack a lot of color. And the shorter strokes to like the short medium, like the little bit of the gray area in between there, are just a little bit too soft for me. And I personally don't like that, but that's from my personal experience. Someone else might think different. But my personal experience is I like anything in between a 4 and up, basically. That's for my style, it's probably the best, but maybe not for you. So I hope you really learned something from this video today, and I'll see you in the next video.